Hi, this is Dr. Paul, child psychiatrist, here today again to talk to you about issues in childhood mental health. Today I got a letter from a parent regarding how to help their child with anxiety. Lots of kids are anxious. Anxiety is a normal part of childhood, but when your kid becomes stuck and it seems like everything you're doing and doesn't help and they can't get undone, there's a bunch of things you can try before coming to see somebody, and that really any good parent can do. Kids need anxiety. We have to have anxiety as adults, and as parents, we're trying to help our kids cope with it and deal with it in a healthy way. A lot of parents of anxious children want to keep their kids away from anxiety-provoking situations, things that make them anxious, going to school on the first day, going to see a play, being in a crowd of people. And as parents, we may feel it is our job to keep them safe and shelter them from that. But I'm here today to tell you that that's not the best thing to do for your child. In fact, you really want to encourage them to try new things at their own pace. Okay, so that's the first thing I would say is we have to model appropriate behavior for our kids. Use your words to tell them that maybe there's something that makes you anxious. Meeting a new person may make you anxious. And you can explain to them by talking to that new person, you start to feel better. And it starts to get okay. So that it's okay, you're telling them it's okay to be anxious, but then with practice, it gets better. And model that. Don't force your child to do it first. You can show them how to do it. What are other ways to reduce anxiety? So, I think with many successful parents, we put pressure on our children. What is a good amount of pressure? Well, that sort of depends on the child. A lot of children are self-motivated, do their own thing, are okay going through and going forward themselves. A lot of parents have to put, for different children, different temperaments, have to use different encouragement to push their kids forward. We always have to be careful that we're not pushing our kids too hard to the point where they're stressing out. And backing off can be an important tactic as well. So other things that you can do, particularly with teenagers, is talk to them about social media. Pressures of perfectionism on social media are pervasive. Children and teenagers look at their friends or other people posting good things, wonderful things about themselves, that everything is rosy and that there's no problems. And kids may think, I have to be like that. That's not reality. Try to balance out that reality for kids, and be vulnerable with your kids. Tell them what you've done that makes you feel not perfect, or a mistake that you've made, and tell them what you did to remedy it. Sometimes you just may need to tell them, hey, maybe we should try cutting social media out for a week and see how you feel. Third tip is therapy. There's been some studies showing that, in fact, just parents doing a therapy for anxious kids helps the kids get more anxious. So that's to say that less anxious, pardon. So that's to say that there is a lot we can do as parents to help our kids cope with anxiety. And that was a lot of what I've already talked about to this point in terms of modeling. There is formalized therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's something I do in my office, something a lot of my colleagues do. Those treatments are time-based. They do follow a certain rhythm and format. They do have work involved. They call it homework. Some people call it homework. They're a series of challenges to really catch kids where they are, catch kids that have fallen into the trap of negative thinking or fatalistic thinking, and changing those thought patterns to see how that changes our behavior and the feelings that results in. So check out my blog as well. I have a list of books that I have compiled to help with anxious kids, to help the children themselves work through things, and also as parents how to support our kids. And the last point is using games. So games are a great way to get kids to relax, and allow in a natural way to talk about feelings and to model how to express your feelings and emotions in a healthy way. A lot of games that I like to play with kids, my own kids and other kids in therapy, is a game as simple as Jenga, Trouble, and check out my website. I have a whole list of other games that you can use. Generally, they're simple games with basic rules, okay, so kids don't get frustrated in learning the rules, etc. A game like Jenga is a great game to start with. You're pulling out a block of a tower. It may be that you break the tower. And what do you do as a parent? Do you I think the natural thing would be to sigh and say, "Oh man, that's terrible," and maintain your control. Use words that show that you're disappointed, especially with younger kids. Really labeling those things is super important. And then, if it does happen to children, they get really disappointed or upset or angry. Talking about some things that may calm you down, taking a deep breath, telling them that it's okay to be frustrated, that they will calm down and they'll feel better, and we can get back to playing the game. It was so much fun. So check out my website, nowpsych.com/blog. That's nowpsych.com/blog for more tips and ideas on anxiety, particularly games and books to help with anxiety. And this is Dr. Paul. Thanks for watching and have a great day.